Hey everyone, it's Riley with another all English episode. I'm coming off of a little sickness. I couldn't really talk very well yesterday, so my voice might still be a little bit hoarse. I apologize for that. Other apologies, I guess. Yeah, you might be able to hear the waterfall plant sound because we moved it a little bit closer to my computer. So I don't know. Sota says it's soothing, I guess, but if it bothers you, let me know, and I think we could move it further away, or I could even turn it off while I record, I guess. But yeah, anyway. So like I said, I was a bit sick yesterday, and I took the day off work. So it was just Yuki and me at home for the day. And it was, yeah, kind of nice to have the day off and be hanging out with Yuki. Because honestly, I mean, I was sick in that, like, my throat hurt and I couldn't talk. But other than that, I was pretty much fine. I don't think I really had a fever or anything. So I was still, like, helping out around the house, helping Yuki do chores and things. Which is what Yuki's been doing for the last month, basically. She's been off work since, the beginning of May. So she's kind of just been, like, doing housework and getting everything ready for the baby to come. And that's kind of what I'd like to talk about today. I'm going to talk about parental leave, which for Yuki is maternity leave for moms, right? And for me, for dads, it's paternity leave. Ma and pa, right? Before we get started with the episode, my Instagram is Riley Sullivan XD, and Sota's is Eigo no Sota. Give Sota a follow. If you want to follow me, go ahead, but I haven't posted in weeks. Anyway, let's get started with the episode. Okay, so parental leave. Yuki, like I mentioned, has been off since the beginning of May, and she's planning to take basically a year, or I guess a little bit more, until our son is 1, is the plan, right? And in my case, I think I'm going to take like about a month now, or almost now, starting, I think, next Friday is my last day of work, and then I'll take a month off, so that I can, help out Yuki and help take care of the baby in that first month. And then I'm going to take another month, I haven't quite decided yet, but somewhere down the line, probably in like May-ish, maybe, when the baby is like close to a year old, and that's when we'll probably take the baby to go see our families in America. So that's the plan. But parental leave, I would say, in Japan is really good. I mean, compared to the U.S., like, I think the U.S. has, like, maybe, I could be wrong about this, I think, but I think it has no legally mandated parental leave, meaning, like, the government of the country doesn't say that companies have to give you money when you have a baby, right? Like, sorry, that sounds a bit strange, but I think in America you're allowed to take the normal amount for women, for moms, is 6 weeks, I believe. But I don't think there's any guarantee from the government that 6 weeks is paid. So I think it's often unpaid. But in America, it tends to be more on the company, I guess. And I think, I don't know if I can say a lot, but many, that's the same meaning, whatever, many companies give you money anyway. Just because, like, I don't know, in America, it's a little bit different where, like, the legal limitations are low, or the legal requirements are low for just about everything. You know, how many vacation days you need to get, how many days of paternity leave, even like minimum wage and things like that. A lot of these things are low, but in America, companies tend to give you more than they're required to, I guess, because it's kind of like a market situation. Like, companies are competing with each other to give employees better benefits, I guess, is how I'm describing it. I don't know if it's, like, if I'm 100% accurate. I've basically never worked a full-time job in America, but that's how I understand it to work. Meanwhile, in Japan, right, listeners are probably familiar, like, moms can get, like, a year off of paid leave, and they can take even more under certain circumstances, like if they can't find a kindergarten to send their kid to, or whatever. I think they can take up to 2 years, although I'm not sure that second year or most of it might not be paid, right? That might have to be unpaid. I'm not too up on the details because Yuki, I don't think, is going to do that. And for dads, I think, you can take a month and then you can take another month sometime in the first year. I think some people take 2 months at a time. Some people split it up like I'm doing it. And then I think there are other ways where you can take even extra time if you don't mind getting like a smaller percentage of your paycheck. I've, again, not super up on those details. But yeah, in my case, like, my kind of plans for paternity leave is, basically to help Yuki out around the house, and to help take care of the baby. Like, I'm pretty aware that, like, especially for that first month, most of the baby caretaking duties will be on Yuki, because Yuki's the mom. Yuki's the one that has breast milk, right? So, like, the baby will be with her, like, most of the time. But yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to do what I can to help out, like, you know, changing diapers and swaddling the baby and putting the baby to bed, checking on the baby when it's crying in the middle of the night or whatever. Hopefully I can do that stuff, some of it, but it'll probably be a lot on Yuki. But I'm there for, I don't know, moral support for Yuki when I'm not actually helping with the baby. And yeah, I mean, I've had a few friends who had babies in the last year or two, and almost all of them took paternity leave at the same time that I did, where they took it off like the first month of the baby's life, I guess you could say. And for them, they described it as like a lot of sleepless nights. The baby is not very good at sleeping through the night, wakes up crying several times. And that's what I've heard. Like, it's a stereotype, but it's kind of difficult for me to imagine what that's like for a month. You know, like going a month without being able to sleep well sounds difficult. And I guess, I mean, I'm saying a month, but probably it lasts much longer than a month for the baby to get used to, like, sleeping like a human, like 8 hours at night or even 6 hours or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm worried about that, of course, but I'm a little bit this sounds weird, but I'm like a little bit looking forward to going through that challenge together with Yuki. Like, both of us will be kind of, you know, sleep deprived and struggling, and it will almost definitely be stressful, but I think it will be, like, I don't know, good for us to go through that together, I guess. Sounds kind of weird, maybe. But yeah, now the positive parts of paternity leave, I guess. So Yuki's mom is going to come visit for the first month. and her mom's going to be living with us. Her parents live in America, if you haven't heard that on the podcast before. And so, yeah, she's going to come live with us, and I guess she's going to help out with some of the cooking and cleaning and stuff. And, I don't know, give us tips on how to raise a baby, I guess. Her mom has done it 4 times. Raised 4 children. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get some help there. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with her mom. Sounds a little bit weird, but there will be some of that, I think, especially the first week. Obviously I'll be at the birth. I'll be there to help Yuki in any way I can, basically just support her, let her squeeze my hand or whatever. But then after that, Yuki's in the hospital for almost a week, 5 days or something, and we, the rest of the baby's family, will only be there an hour a day, I think, is visiting hours. So I'll have a lot of time, because I'll be off work at that time. I'll have a lot of time to do kind of nothing, or something. I think actually my job is to do the paperwork for getting the baby I don't know, the documents, birth certificate. Maybe I need to do. Yuki made a list for me. I haven't quite looked at it, but there's a lot of documents, a lot of bureaucracy, going to City Hall or whatever, stuff that I need to do. And maybe Yuki's mom would be able to help me out with that, since she's Japanese, and even if she hasn't lived in Japan in 30 years and isn't familiar with the processes, she'll at least be able to read the documents better than me, I assume. So can maybe help out with that. But yeah, also in that first week when the baby's born, my mom wanted to come, and my mom wanted to be there to see the baby basically as soon as possible. So my mom's going to come, and yeah, that'll be nice, of course, to see my mom and have my mom see the baby. But yeah, I guess I will have some time to hang out with my mom for that first week. And I explained to my mom that in Japan, the mother stays in the hospital with the baby for several days after the birth, which, by the way, in America is not common. A lot of women stay, leave the next day, or maybe they stay one extra day in the hospital. But yeah, moms are not in the hospital very long after having a baby in America. So anyway, I explained that to my mom, and that she'll only be able to see the baby an hour a day, blah, blah, blah. She said, okay, she still wants to come. So I guess then that first week of my paternity leave looks like me going to City Hall, etc., to do paperwork, maybe with Yuki's mom, and then the 3 of us, or 4 of us actually, because my mom's partner is also coming. So I guess the 4 of us will go out and do kind of touristy things in Takamatsu while Yuki's in the hospital, which I feel, I don't know, a little bit guilty about, but I guess, I don't know, it is what it is. And then yeah, after that begins when the baby comes home. That's when my job really starts, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to imagine, having a baby in the house and changing the baby's diaper and all the stuff that goes into taking care of a baby. Maybe feeding the baby. Hopefully Yuki will be able to pump some milk so that she doesn't always have to physically be with the baby when the baby's hungry, and that sometimes I can give the baby a bottle. We're gonna, by the way, I kind of implied this, but we're gonna try as best we can to do only breast milk. But if if that's hard for Yuki, then obviously we can switch to formula. And then if we do switch to formula, it makes it easier for me to feed the baby as well. But yeah, so that's the first month. My mom, by the way, is only staying for like a week in that first trip, I guess you could call it. And then Yuki's mom's staying with us for a month. And then the plan, although I don't know if this is as like set in stone at the moment, the plan is for my mom to come back for like the second month and help Yuki out. But I won't be, I'll be here, but I'll be at work again in that second month. So that should be interesting for Yuki, I guess, having my mom staying at the house while I'm not here during the day. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm pretty excited. I will say, like, one of the things I've been thinking about a lot, obviously, is, like, I'm excited to go on paternity leave because it means I get to stop working for a month, which I'm excited for, obviously, but it's not exactly like I'm stopping working because, I'm taking care of the baby. I guess that's work, right? So I'll be busy. I just won't be busy doing the things that I normally do at work, right? So I'm excited, but it's kind of a silly thing to be excited about, I guess. I'm also, of course, excited for the baby to come and terrified and everything that goes along with having a child and having to take care of, a human being. It's scary, but I'm looking forward to it as well. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about paternity leave. If you have any, questions, I can't answer them yet. If you want to wait until I've had paternity leave, then you can ask questions. But if you have any advice or stories from when you were on parental leave, feel free. Or if you're a mom and, want to tell me, hey, don't do this, or you should do this while you're taking care of the mom, like Yuki and the baby, please let me know. Riley Sullivan XD on Instagram if you want. But that's gonna do it for today's solo episode. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.